That's jail. So let me get this right.
21 criminal cases, a life sentence, 13 years in prison, and he's still asking for a free bond. Today's case is absolutely mind-blowing. We're about to witness a judge confront a career criminal who got parole from a life sentence just last year and already picked up assault and theft charges within 6 months. This defendant, Mr. Smith, is about to learn that the justice system's patience has completely run out. The judge is going to use a parenting analogy that will leave you speechless. And wait until you hear the defense attorney claim the victim recanted her statement. Is this a case of false accusations or a repeat offender who can't stop committing crimes? The bond amount at the end will shock you. It's less than most people spend on groceries. Get ready for one of the most intense judicial smackdowns we've ever covered.
In Harris County alone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 different cases. You pick up and you get life on an engaging case in Montgomery County, and they parole you out. And now you've picked up a theft case and an assault case. How long did you do on that life sentence?
13 years.
So on a life sentence, you do 13 actual years. When did you get out?
November 1st, 2023.
So 6 months later, an assault and a theft case. And you want me to give you a PR bond?
"21 cases. The judge just counted them out loud for dramatic effect, and it's absolutely devastating. This isn't just a repeat offender. This is someone who has made crime a career. And let's talk about that life sentence. He got life for an engaging organized crime case, served only 13 years, and was paroled in 2023. That means the parole board took a massive chance on him, believing he'd reformed. 6 months. 6 months is all it took for him to allegedly assault someone and steal a phone. The judge's incredulous tone says it all. You want me to give you a PR bond? A personal recognizance bond means release without paying anything, just a promise to return to court. After 21 cases and a life sentence, this defendant has the audacity to ask for another free pass? The judge is about to explain exactly why that's not happening. And honestly, can you blame him?
You know, when I've got 4 kids, I love my kids to death, right? And when my kids mess up, I say, come on, Alex, stop it. Okay, Dad. And he says, okay, I'm not going to do it again. And then he does it again. And then if I don't do anything, what happens? Does it again. And then I've found the only way I get through to him, there has to be some kind of consequence. Because what happens if he keeps saying sorry and then does it again? Sorry, does it again. Sorry, does it again. 21 times? Has he gotten it? Mr. Smith, after 21 sorries, has he gotten it? Have you gotten it? Freaking life sentence.
This parenting analogy is brilliant and brutal at the same time. The judge just compared this defendant to a misbehaving child who keeps saying sorry without changing behavior. But here's the powerful part. He's making a point about consequences. After 21 sorries in the form of criminal cases, the system gave him the ultimate consequence, life in prison. And even that wasn't enough. The judge's frustration is palpable when he says, freaking life sentence. You can hear the disbelief that even the harshest punishment didn't create change. This isn't just about punishment. It's about public safety. How many chances does someone get? How many victims have to suffer? The judge is essentially saying the defendant is like a child who never learned because nobody held him accountable. But unlike a child getting grounded, this child is endangering real people. The question is, at what point does society say enough is enough?
And now here, it's a theft of a cell phone, right? Tell me about this. Tell me about the theft.
Because they're both out of the same transaction. From what the DIM state is that on June 18th, the officer responded to a residence located at 2555 Grand Canyon Drive in reference to a family disturbance call for service. Complaining witness advised on the date she was with the defendant in a vehicle when defendant saw complaining witness' boyfriend calling her. Complaining witness advised she's in an intimate relationship with the defendant. Complaining witness had stated that she was upset with the defendant. Complaining witness advised the defendant took possession of her cell phone and refused to give it back. Stated the defendant dropped her off at a residence and she used her daughter's cell phone to find the location of her cell phone. Complaining witness stated her cell phone was pinging at the residence where the defendant was located at. She arrived and made contact with the defendant through the gated door. Defendant was holding onto the gate while speaking to each other, and as she requested her cell phone back, the complaining witness stated that the defendant refused to give her cell phone and hit her with an open hand strike to the left side of her face, causing her pain. She said that she did feel pain, but did not want to pursue charges at the time.
Because she wanted a cell phone back. Mr. Smith, should I give you a PR bond? Sorry?
That's your choice, Judge.
Classic domestic violence scenario unfolding here. The victim was in an intimate relationship with the defendant. Another boyfriend calls. Jealousy erupts and escalates to theft and assault. Notice the key details. He took her phone, controlling behavior, refused to return it, theft, dropped her off without it, isolation tactic, and when she tracked it down and confronted him, he allegedly slapped her. This is textbook intimate partner violence, control, isolation, and physical assault. The victim even said she didn't want charges initially because she just wanted her property back. That's incredibly common in domestic situations where victims are scared or just want a situation to end. The fact that this happened just 6 months after getting out on a life sentence shows a pattern of violence that prison clearly didn't fix. And now the judge asks the ultimate question. Should I give you a PR bond? The sarcasm in his voice tells us he already knows the answer.
Yes, if I may.
Sure.
I spoke to the complaining witness and the witness on this matter. They have both recanted their statements. The complaining witness has stated knowing the charges that could be filed against her for falsifying her report to a police officer. She stated that she did lie about the situation, that she was being, she just lied about the situation as a whole. I talked to both the witness and complaining witness again, just right now. And they both stated that they,
Do you have a 911 call or anything like that?
that's the only thing we're waiting on. That's why we cannot dismiss this case. We have to do a full evaluation, especially.
Right. I'd like to know if there's a 911 and if they corroborate what initially happened on the day in question, right?
Yes, Judge.
Hold up. The defense just claimed the victim recanted and admitted to lying. But this is where it gets complicated in domestic violence cases. Victims often recant for many reasons: fear of retaliation, financial dependence, emotional manipulation, or even love for their abuser. The defense attorney says she could face charges for false reporting. That's a huge pressure tactic that often makes victims back down. But notice something crucial. They're waiting for the 911 call. That recorded emergency call will show the victim's immediate reaction, her emotional state, and what she said in the heat of the moment before any pressure to recant. That's why the prosecution won't dismiss. They know recantations in domestic cases are often coerced. With this defendant's history of 21 cases and a life sentence, do we really believe the victim suddenly remembered she made it all up? Or is she scared of a man with nothing to lose?
We don't ask for much in Harris County. I don't know about Montgomery County, how they do things, but all we want are streets to be safe. And I would be remiss to think that you were even lucky to be out in the free world when you get a life sentence. You're even lucky to be out. And now you want me to after I've admonished my kid 21 times. And now you want another PR bond? Ain't gonna happen, dude. At some point, we'll get through to you that it can't just continue like this. But I can't in good conscience give you a PR bond when you are on parole for a life sentence. And now you've picked up these two cases. You know, the sad thing is that your bond really, it's only $100. The only thing that's keeping you in at this point is $100. And I hope at some point, Mr. Smith, you do get it before you do get a life sentence that truly keeps you in for the rest of your life. All right. Thanks.
Wow. Let's break down this incredible judicial reality check. Mr. Smith, 21 prior cases in Harris County, a life sentence for organized crime, served 13 years, paroled in 2023, and within 6 months picked up assault and theft charges in a domestic violence situation. The judge's parenting analogy perfectly illustrated the absurdity. After 21 second chances, even a life sentence didn't teach him. The defense claimed the victim recanted, but prosecutors are waiting for that 911 call that will reveal the truth. The judge's final words hit hard. You're lucky to be out after a life sentence, and now you want another free pass? Bond denied. The tragic irony? His bond is only $100, literally less than a tank of gas. But he can't even afford that. That's the reality of career criminals. Burning every bridge, exhausting every chance, until even $100 becomes an insurmountable barrier to freedom. This case raises serious questions. Should someone with 21 cases and a life sentence ever get parole? How many chances is too many? And why do victims in domestic cases so often recant? The judge warned him. Next time might be a life sentence that actually means life. If this case left you as speechless as it left us, smash that like button right now. Drop a comment. Do you think the judge made the right call? Should the victim's recantation matter with this criminal history? Subscribe and ring that bell for more jaw-dropping courtroom moments where judges have finally had enough. Share this with someone who thinks everyone deserves endless second chances. This case might change their mind. Until next time, stay safe and stay legal.